Well, hello guys, welcome back to another vlog. It's currently 2:07 in the afternoon. Reason for that is because I just haven't picked up the camera really. I'm an honest person. I didn't pick up the camera, I just didn't feel the want to or the need to at the moment. And all I've been doing is answering support tickets and watching a bit of Beast games while waiting for other support tickets to come in. Fingers crossed. My customer that I've sent a knowledge-based article has now resolved their issue, because I've been to that customer a couple of times this month and I'm not going to invoice them for that. They get that one on the house. I think I'm going to need a bigger plate. That's better, much better. Right, time for a sandwich. Okay, so there's someone in my community who I know has a birthday, and their birthday happened to be today, the 15th of January. So big massive happy birthday to Razage, or Ryan, or should I say Dark 3D Print. You're getting a big massive shout out. If you guys want to go and order any 3D printed item, head over to dark3dprint.com and I'm sure he will love you. He does all of his stuff by Etsy, so you'll be able to find everything else on there. And if you are unsure what he does, I'll give you a clue. Those are some of his things that he does, which is full on mast. Which he actually, those are him in the picture. You can actually see him. But these are the masks that he does. He also does a couple of other things, such as the Sleepy Toilet Roll, as well as Eevee and Spider-Man Braves. Basically, the prints come out to you. They'll get shipped out to you over time. All you have to do is put the message across. If you're not entirely sure, head over to his site, dark3dprint.com. Link is in the description, and I'll let you see from there. Or head over to his Etsy page, which is also here. I'll leave a link to these in the description down below. Happy birthday, Ryan.
And get my hair done tomorrow, so that I don't look like that again.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
You mean like you are right this second?
Well, yeah, but it's not as bad as that one.
It's on video right this second.
Yeah,
For the next one.
compared this haircut, compared to that haircut, I'm really looking forward to my hair being different tomorrow afternoon.
Will we go a day where I've not been at the office and not working, not sat here, not doing anything, to a day where I haven't really left this desk? Well, I have. It's just bowels. Crown's Flare Up is back, and it's back with a vengeance. I had 3 days of peace and quiet for the first time in ages, and now I've got my body having some issues. Well, I'm currently editing out the latest Eddie's World episode, which is episode number 4 in the series. Currently we're not doing too bad. I'm actually quite proud of how the episode's coming out, and the latest episode marks off at 22 minutes, which is exactly where I wanted it to be. There's just a lot of time lapses in this episode, so maybe the next episode we have 1 or 2, probably 1 where we're doing the mining session, because that just makes sense, and then the next one will be, well, probably whatever we're doing, and I haven't even decided that. And tomorrow we start off the first let of things. I'm just AFKing at the moment to get myself some resources, while also choosing music. Now, the place that I choose music from is actually this place here called Upbeat, up with 2 P's, beat.io, and they are actually really good. They've been really good to me this whole year so far, and that's what I've been using. I've got a year's license on them anyway, which allows me access to 3 channels anyway. So that's the vlog channel, the one you're watching right this second, as well as the gaming channel, which is where the Eddie's World episode goes in. Hey, there's a sneak preview of what the episode is. That's right at the very beginning. But just here, this is basically what I choose. So I look at the video that I've got to go through. This is how I choose music. So I'm going to put it like this for a second. So what I do is I look at the music that I've got. What I do is I look at the music that I've got, or the video that I've got. So this one's mining out a storage area. That's what this is. Okay, so maybe, and we've just come from our very beginning, I'm very hyper, very energetic. So let's keep the energy up. And we're also at the beginning of the video, so let's make this a bit more music. So what I'll do is I'll listen to music in here and I'll just go, is it something that I vibe with? That's how I really go. So I normally just look at the vibe. No, don't like that. No. I can usually tell by the first couple of seconds. This one's actually taking my meat. Why is it I've chosen the best song straight away? Now, there's probably other songs in here, which we'll probably do that one second. So we'll use 2 music tracks in this video. Then what I do normally is I grab the first one. Now, this one was a music called Bust a Move. And I'll drag it onto my timeline and I'll see how long it is. Now, currently this music timeline, it really isn't great. So I can see, so what I'll do is I'll usually get the beat to go along. Like this. And let's have a look at the beat. There we go, perfect. So then I will grab the beginning, grab the end, which is where we're going to go through. Now I've got this section here. In all honesty, I think we should probably cut this out. This is actually when I got Fortune, so that's the only reason why I've got it in. And this is the creative editing you've got to do. You've got to think about what's the pros and cons of the episode. What are things you want to put in a video, and what are things that you can afford to keep out. In all honesty, Fortune 2 I can't really keep out. It is in chronological order, but do I put this in the very end bit? Like, do I put this later on? Or do I record a segment now in post and go, while I'm editing, go, well, during that whole session of building the whole storage area, I came across this diamond pickaxe, which for me sounds like a better idea, because that way I'm not interrupting the time lapse and still allows me to go through. And then I can also introduce the next section, which is going to be basically moving into the woods to go and find some bamboo. So there's a couple of things in here that I can possibly do, and to cut out 2 main segments, which will also bring the video size down to about 20 minutes rather than 22, because of course I do want to kind of get rid of a couple of minutes worth of content, and I know those 2 bits are at least a minute long. So these are the creative things that I've got to go through. The first draft is there. The second draft is more where I go into detail to decide what goes where, how the video is going to be edited, and how it comes across. And yes, I do wear my headphones when I'm editing so I can hear the audio levels of what it should sound like for you as a viewer. Now what I do is I do a feature that is on most editing programs, and that is normalize. So that's the reason why my volumes don't go up and down all the time while you're listening to all of my content. It's because it's designed that way for it to be one specific thing, so you don't have to keep turning your volume up and volume back down again in any of the videos. And that's the same for the topic discussions as well, which I go through the same process of this as well. But the topic discussions have some music in the background, but it's very low because majority of the time I'm talking or someone else is talking. I don't need to bring it up to quench those silence parts. Well, the time is currently 9:41 and, well, I'm, to be perfectly honest, I'm tired. I want to head off to bed. I'm just purposely leaving myself AFK on the survival world while I sit down. Body's been flaring up today, so of course that has taken up majority of my body, and the rain hasn't helped because it means I haven't been able to take the dogs out, but there's always tomorrow. Anyway, I've managed to edit off episode 4 of Eddie's World, which you would have seen to do with my editing a bit earlier. That video is now fully edited, now fully up on YouTube. It's up ready for VIPs. Once again, VIPs, twitch.tv/EddiesLive247 or Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/EddiesLive247, or just visit the EddiesLive247.co.uk site, and links to there will show you where to go, and then you just get the VIP content over on the VIP Discord. Anyway, once again, a big massive happy birthday to Ryan aka Razage for your birthday. Hopefully you enjoyed the shout out, and hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of the early content. You are a subscriber to my content, but you're not currently on my Discord, so I thought I'll just send it over to you as a little bit of a nice way to say thank you, and also send this video over to you. So thank you very much for watching as well. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to end off for tonight. I'm going to shut the PC down, and I'm going to leave myself AFK tomorrow to do some extra stuff. But apart from that, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Look after yourself. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Till then, bye-bye.